When it comes to powering up, Hulk really is incredible. Iron Man and Ant-Man can have their suits, and we're all happy that Spidey's the one spider you don't want to crush. But there's nothing like the good old Hulk transformation. His enemies better be seriously overpowered for their sake, or else they won't have a chance against the Incredible Hulk. But before we smash our way into this video, subscribe to CBR and ring that little bell to join our notification squad so you never miss a video. Now, here are some classic Hulk villains who can actually overpower him. Abomination. Let's get the obvious one out of the way. Abomination is one of Hulk's two main arch-enemies. His other arch-enemy, the Leader, is more of the brainy type, gifted with super intelligence born from an accident involving gamma radiation. The Abomination, by contrast, is basically a supercharged evil version of Hulk. He has most of the same abilities as Hulk, but with a few crucial differences. First, Abomination is stronger than the Hulk, most of the time. That's especially true of earlier versions of this big green baddie. Granted, his power doesn't increase the angrier he gets, but that works for him if he can finish the fight quickly before Hulk gets too pissed off. And crucially, he doesn't lose control over his intellect while in beast mode. He also has gills that let him breathe underwater. When it comes to thinking and fighting at the same time, Abomination is way more overpowered.
Hulk! Smash!
Lava Men. Made out of lava? Check. Can spew lava everywhere because they're made out of lava? Check. Can grow into really tall giants made out of lava because they're already made out of freaking lava when they're small? Check. The Lava Men were created by the Deviants, who were themselves a race of mutant proto-humans created by the ancient aliens called the Celestials. After a huge event called the Cataclysm destroyed the Deviants' capital of Atlantis and drove them underground, during their subterranean exile, they created a whole line of human-derived slaves called Gortokians. A faction of rebel Gortokians began worshipping a demon called Chasadra and turned into Lava Men. Later, they exiled a being called the Living Rock, who was causing them trouble, to the surface of the planet. The Lava Men hoped it would destroy our world instead of theirs, which brought them into conflict with the Avengers. Unable to defeat the Lava Men themselves, they opted to trick Hulk into punching the Living Rock, which had a tendency to self-destruct whenever hit.
For once in your life, don't smash!
Big monster!
Xenu. That's Xenu, not Xenu, the alien emperor Scientologists pretend not to believe in. Wink, wink. The extraterrestrial Xenu was the original Hulk before the character Bruce Banner started hulking. He appears in the 1960 issue Journey into Mystery number 62. Jailed on an exile planet for galactic gangsters, he escapes by stealing a spaceship, only to crash land on Earth. He's not only stronger than Hulk, he also has telepathic powers which he used to brainwash a whole town into rebuilding his stolen spaceship for him. Hulk was unable to defeat the Menace alone, and neither were Doctor Strange and the Submariner. Ultimately, with the help of the Defenders, Hulk drove Xenu back into space where he belongs. Xenu has reappeared several times to battle the Hulk, and appears several times in the cartoon Hulk Agents of Smash.
I'm gonna fry you like a green tomato.
Zacks. Zacks, the living dynamo, was born when terrorists attacked a Con Edison nuclear power plant in upstate New York. The monster born of this conflagration has minimal intelligence but super strength, and because he absorbs electricity by assimilating human brains, he steadily got smarter. The first ones to try to stop him? Hawkeye, and of course, the Incredible Hulk. Hulk's raw strength was useless against the incorporeal yet super strong Zacks, forcing Hawkeye to dispatch the monster by firing an arrow attached to a conductive wire through Zacks and into the East River near Manhattan. In another incident, Zacks returned when Tony Stark's lab accidentally summoned him during an ill-fated experiment involving a faulty generator. Hulk was on hand once again, and this time he was only able to defeat Zacks because, at the time, he was able to retain his intellect while in beast mode. Hulk reversed the polarity of the generator and sent Zacks into space because there's no way he could have defeated Zacks in a typical Hulk-style contest of strength.
Hulk. Smash.
The Wendigo. In Algonquin Native American folklore, the Wendigo is a cannibalistic monster that haunts the dark forests of eastern North America. In the original legends, Wendigos are gaunt, sickly, vampire-like creatures, but the modern take usually gives them super strength and a werewolf-like appearance, and Marvel is no exception. Wendigo is one of Hulk's most terrifying enemies, with super strength and a super appetite for human flesh. Hulk is one of the only Marvel heroes who can take on Wendigo one-on-one, but even he sometimes needs backup from Wolverine, Captain Marvel, or any other heroes who enjoy leaf-peeping season in New England, or Quebec, where this beast can usually be found. Bruce Banner even once became a hybrid Hulk Wendigo when the evil curse of the Wendigo transferred onto Marvel's angriest hero.
I'm sorry.
Tyrannous. And now for a little history lesson. The Roman Empire lasted for a long time, and the last emperor was a guy named Romulus Augustulus. After scheduling too many meetings like every bad boss does, he was deposed by the Ostrogoths. But in the Marvel Universe, he escaped to Subterranea, the underground world where he discovered the long-sought-after Fountain of Youth. Subterranea, incidentally, is the home of the Lava Men, another group of Hulk's more overpowered enemies. Anyway, that's where Romulus became Tyrannous, because that fountain gave him super intelligence and immortality, but did nothing to quash his Roman love for domination. He's tried to conquer Earth several times. Once he took over the lost city of El Dorado and used its lost technology to become a pure energy monster. He's also merged with Hulk's other nemesis, Abomination, to become more than a match for Hulk. He even seduced Betty Ross, which just adds insult to Hulk's stopping injury.
Leave it, he's up there. Loki, look who it is.
The Maestro. The Maestro is more than a match for Hulk, because he is Hulk. He comes from an alternate future timeline that debuted in The Incredible Hulk, Future Imperfect #1 from 1992. In that alternate universe, the Maestro has defeated all of the other heroes to rule over a vast wasteland from his capital, Dystopia. Pretty on the nose there, Maestro. He's a combo of Green Hulk and Grey Hulk, with all of Bruce Banner's intelligence, and the scary thing is, it's not his anger that drove him to evil. It's just Banner's intelligence with all of his lesser qualities jacked all the way up to 11. Like many of Hulk's overpowered enemies, Maestro is just a tad stronger than normal good guy Hulk, having absorbed more radiation at a future date. Maestro only loses to the Hulk because he can't bring himself to kill his past self, lest he himself disappear as a result. He tries to convince Banner to just turn bad and keep his corrupted evil timeline intact. That fails, and with the help of Dr. Doom and some time-traveling rebels, Hulk is able to defeat the evil that is the future evil Hulk.
Your foul species is hereby banned from the seas and oceans of the world.
Namor the Submariner. What's with all these bad guys coming to the surface of the planet from some deep, dark place to specifically become Hulk's enemy? Well, maybe not specifically. Namor, the Submariner, fights the Fantastic Four as well, but he totally beats Hulk's behind during a battle in Avengers #3. After an underwater fight, Namor drags an unconscious Hulk onto the shore like a kid on vacation coveting driftwood. No surprises there. Namor doesn't just have superhuman strength, but can also survive underwater. The name gives that away. Fly, and has super stamina. That makes him pretty overpowered when compared even to the Hulk. And in some retconned versions of the character, Namor possesses bioelectricity similar to that of an electric eel. Over time, the Hulk has gotten stronger, but even still, most of his fights with Namor the Submariner end in a draw.
Well then, son, you've got a condition.
Superman. Yeah, you heard that one right. Since this video is about Marvel's Hulk and Superman is a DC character, we'll count him as a villain for today, especially given how DC so villainously gets Superman wrong in every single movie. But look, Superman is the ultimate overpowered character in all of comic book history. Honestly, what can't Superman do? During the famous Marvel-DC crossover in 1996, Superman wins handily against Hulk when after Hulk starts rampaging through Metropolis. It should have ended quickly, but Superman's attempt to avoid collateral damage allows the increasingly enraged Hulk to get a few expert punches in. Things get a little better for Superman when Kal-El spirits Hulk off to Superman's polar fortress of Solitude. Superman finally defeats Hulk with his Phantom Zone projector.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
Devil Hulk. The name is sort of a giveaway that Devil Hulk is bad. You wouldn't name something Devil that's good, unless it's like a brand of hot sauce or cheap beer. Devil Hulk, also known as Brian Banner, is the emotionally and physically abused son of Bruce Banner, the normal Hulk. Seriously, why is Hulk a good guy again? Anyway, he promised never to bring another Banner into the world, but failed when he impregnated his college sweetheart, Rebecca. Brian, fearing his son, also named Bruce, would become a monster, tried to keep Rebecca away from the child. He became more abusive and eventually killed Rebecca in front of little Bruce II. Later convicted of his crimes, Brian would eventually be killed by muggers while in non-Hulk mode. What makes Brian, aka Devil Hulk, so dangerous is that he's exactly as strong and powerful as his enemies imagine him to be. He was able to defeat his father Bruce and the rest of the Hulk family because Brian's son, Bruce II, perceived his abusive father as being more powerful than the original Hulk.
You and I had a fight recently.
Did I win?
No, I won, easily.
Doesn't sound right.
Bi-Beast. Twice the strength, twice the heads. Bi-Beast is a supercharged android created by the Bird People who once inhabited the floating island of Airy. After they died out, Bi-Beast became the island's sole resident. He gets his name from having two skulls, one stacked on top of the other. One skull houses a brain that gives him knowledge of combat, while the other skull contains a brain for understanding culture. But he ain't given any anthropology lectures in the comic books. When Bi-Beast sees the Harpy, aka Betty Ross, Banner's love interest, hanging around with the Hulk from on high, he's reminded of his former avian masters. So, he kidnaps both super beings to his floating home and insists Banner help him repair the ancient island's decrepit machinery. When Banner doesn't play along, the two battle it out. Hulk is only saved when an AIM strike force led by MODOK attacked the island's main city. Like many of Hulk's enemies, Bi-Beast exceeds our green or gray hero in strength, if only barely. And he also comes with a self-destruct mechanism, which almost destroys the Hulk and his friends as they escape the island.
Hulk smash! Claw people!
Glob. Glob was originally a petty criminal named Joseph Timms, who escaped prison upon hearing that the love of his life was dying. He perished while trying to cross a very sticky, smelly, globby swamp in the woods. And thanks to Hulk's random rage, our green hero had the presence, or absence of mind, to toss a radioactive barrel into that very same swamp. You know what happened next. The body of Timms rose from the dead to become the Glob. And just Banner's luck, the first thing Glob did was make his way to a beachside resort and capture his girlfriend, Betty Ross. Man, she's always getting kidnapped. Hulk fortunately didn't have to fight him to rescue his girlfriend, as the radioactive water in the swamp ended up killing the monster it helped spawn. But later, the leader, Hulk's principal nemesis, recreated the Glob and sent the creature to Los Angeles to battle Hulk. Hulk only defeated the Blob by electrocuting him inside a power plant. But the leader ensured that wasn't the last time Hulk saw the unstable, radioactive Glob.
You know, with the benefit of hindsight.
Madman. Once there was a physicist named Philip Stearns. He idolized Banner as the Hulk and wanted to emulate his power. But a side effect of the radiation experiments he did to become Hulk-like gave him multiple personalities. One of them went bad and ordered Stearns, now Madman, to kill the Hulk. Madman has the same base level of strength that Hulk has, though he can't get stronger as his anger increases. But he can boost his size and power. He also injects Hulk with a poison that diminishes Hulk's strength every time he fights, thus evening the score.
Oh, for God's sake.
Galaxy Master. Galaxy Master is by far the most overpowered villain Hulk has had to fight, and that's because it's basically a giant abstract space entity with the power of an entire galaxy. Galaxy Master can survive in any environment, from the vacuum of space to the extreme pressures of the bottom of the sea. Galaxy Master once encountered a race called the Sagittarians, who promised to feed Galaxy Master any life forms they conquer in exchange for being spared by the cosmic entity. They hid one of their planet destroyer weapons on Earth at one point. When the Hulk interfered with them, they called in the Galaxy Master. Hulk does pretty well against his new foe, considering that foe is basically an omnipotent space being. Even though Galaxy Master eventually knocks out Hulk with poison gas, he still admires the green hero who gave the cosmic monster a run for its intergalactic money. I want some intergalactic money. I wonder what the exchange rate is. Well, there you have it. Is the Hulk your favorite Avenger? Are there any OP Hulk villains that we might have missed? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Marvel-related videos from CBR. Thanks for watching.